Good morning, class. Today is the second lecture from the chapter Constitution Why and How. It is from the book Indian Constitution at Work. So let us recapitulate some discussions from the previous class. In the previous class, we studied what is Constitution, and in order to study what is Constitution, we read the different functions of the Constitution and we discussed about it. And from there we got to know how is Constitution important, how is Constitution binding an entire society, how is Constitution basically having a control over even the authority of the government so that government cannot misuse its power, and how does a constitution tries to establish peace in a society and promote aspirations and demands of the people. Okay, also we studied how a constitution is effective, so we came across three principles. So first was the mode of promulgation, that was in which circumstances the constitution was formed. So basically, if a constitution is formed in a very hurry, in a very quick manner, okay, without thinking too much, it won't work or it won't last for long. And then we referred to some countries who made their constitution after a long struggle from their colonial masters and how such constitutions are effective, like that of the Indian constitution. So the second factor in making a constitution effective is the substantive provision of a constitution. Here, it is a hallmark of a successful constitution that it gives everyone in society some reason to go along with its provision. Therefore, the provision of constitution should be acceptable for all. So what are they saying? What is the hallmark of a successful constitution? If a constitution is able to give some or the other reason for people to follow it, okay, so that accepted by all is a good constitution, and this shows a hallmark of a successful constitution. How is a constitution successful? If everyone in the society is able to go along with its provision. Provisions means, what does a constitution comprise of? All the articles and all the parts of the constitution. What is it catering to? What is it giving to the people? It should not be partial towards any religious or any other group. Basically, constitution should not be biased or partial. It should not give a certain religious group more power than the other religious group. If there arise a feeling of suppression or dominance among people, it will affect smooth functioning of the constitution. See, for example, we have Brahmins and we have Dalits. If in our constitution Brahmins have more power and they are constantly suppressing the Dalits, suppressing means to put them down, okay, and they are asking them to do certain kind of work which is not appropriate and which actually demeans their quality of life, there will be a time that Dalits will revolt back Brahmins. When there is a revolt, this will hamper the smooth functioning of the constitution. So that is why constitution should practice the principle of equality and justice as well. Complete justice or perfect justice is not possible to achieve through constitution, though it has to convince people that it provides the framework for pursuing basic justice. See, they are saying it is not possible that in any country a perfect justice is given to people. Like, for example, A has not done any kind of crime, but due to circumstances were there or evidence went against A, or he was proved guilty in the court, so A was arrested. Okay, now A had to go to jail and complete his punishment, stayed there for around, let's suppose, 5 years, and somehow when even more detailed inquiry was conducted, we get to know that A was not guilty, but circumstances were such that all the allegations went on A. So now can you say this justice was conducted? No. So there must be so many cases in a country where even innocent, though a framework of our judiciary is such that no innocent can be put to bars, no innocent can go to jail. But there might be some or the other examples we have already studied in our history so far, where innocent due to circumstances, or you can say due to false cases, they have to go to jail, right? So they are saying that perfect justice cannot be achieved, but what can a constitution do? It has to convince people that its provision, that it provides the framework for pursuing basic justice. So a constitution should at least have basic justice, and it should convince people that our constitution is having basic justice so that people can believe in it. Like for example, everyone in India believe and have the confidence that their fundamental rights are guaranteed, right? And if anyone tries to hamper or destroy or violate their fundamental rights, the individual can move to judiciary, can move to court, right? So they know there exists basic justice, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर उनका rights violate हो गया, so the court will say no, you just go from here and we will not serve you justice. No, we all know that there is a principle of basic justice in our country, so that is why our constitution has sustained for over 60 years and more. Okay, the more a constitution preserves the freedom and equality of all its members, the more likely it is to succeed. Also, a constitution which gives freedom and equality, and it is not interfering in freedom and equality of people, there are more chances for success of such kind of constitution. Like for example, in India we can practice our religion, right? There is no interference by government. Obviously, if our activity is in some way hampering the functioning of others, then government will interfere. Like for example, if I am playing loud music around 12 in the night, then police will come to my house and they will say me to stop playing music because others are sleeping. But if I am doing my any religious work peacefully within my home, going to temple, going to gurdwara, the government will not interfere in such kinds of activity. Okay, so the more a constitution gives the freedom and equality to all its members, more likely it is to succeed.